Welcome back. Welcome back to Smartintel Academy. And here I am with you. Ademola Code by name. Today I will be going through more of the attributes that we talked about earlier. Like I promised, I said I will be treating all these attribute references. Most of these attributes have not been used by me, and due to that, we will be exploring many of them as we go about it so that you can know how to make use of them one after the other. So the first one is the accept attribute. When we talk about accept attribute, we are talking about the attribute that can be used to specify the kind of files to be accepted through the server. For example, if you have a form, mostly you use accept attribute in an input field of a form, and we mostly use it when we are declaring an input type file. So because when you want to upload or you want to accept an upload from the user, you make use of type file. So either you want to accept images, or you want to accept documents, or you want to accept audios or videos, you make use of file type. So if we try this out, we are going to have something like this. Let me put this in another line. So we are going to have a div, and I'm going to put it inside a form. And you in our coming tutorials might not be so early, but we will still talk about forms. But today we'll just quickly make use of how the action works. So we have a method. Let's just say the method should be post, and then action should be where we are. Then now have our input field, input type file. Like I said, file is the type we make use of, and that is when we can use accept. So we have a name. The name here we are defining is the name we will use to receive the file at the back end. So I'm going to give it a file as name, and I'm going to give it an ID so that we can identify that element in the DOM. So I will name the file with a unique name, which is file. That's why I'm giving it an ID. Then I will have the action attribute, the accept attribute. So the accept attribute here is basically to specify what type of file you want to accept. So you specify the type of file you want to accept. I want to accept images only. Then you put your star, the asterisk and star. So this is what you need to do. Then you close your input field. Then you put your button. Let's just say input. We can use input field to create our button. Input field type submit. Let me just put reset. Type reset. Normally I'm to use type submit if I'm posting to the backend. So type submit. Okay, let me use the submit so that you won't get confused. Submit, and then we have let's say submit, and we close our input field. Sorry. Sorry. Placeholder. Let me give it submit. and this should display properly the way we want it. So if I should run this, yeah, can you see the submit button? And this is the file name. So let me quickly explain a particular concept at the here. Although if we click on submit now, nothing will happen because even though we pick a file, and here we said this action is also an attribute for form, method is an attribute for form. So for method we have two method. Is either we have a post or we have a get. The get is when you have your form being sent to the same when you are when you are trying to get your data is when you use a get form, and when you use a post form, that means you want to send data to the back end with a post form. So and the action is indicating where this form should go to. So when you see a slash like this, ordinary slash, it means you should go to the home page, except if that slash is defined with another route, then it will go to that same place. So if I want it to go to maybe contact route at the back end, I will put slash contact, and immediately I click on send, it will send the whole data to contact at the back end. But here we are not going to talk about that here until we get to the server side. We are still on the front end, and gradually we are going to understand that. So this is what the input field does with action. So when you click, if I refresh this now and I click on file, let me just click this and I click this. If I click on submit, you can see it say file not found. It may have been moved, edited or deleted. So because there is nothing like contact, if you look at this URL, this URI is showing nothing but a link to the local file. So there's nothing like that, so it can't get it for us. Like I said, nothing will be done. But when you are working with the server side, it will surely be done because this will not accept anything aside images. That is that on that. Then we have the next one as accept character. That's character set. So when we have to look at accept character set, it's also used in form. It specify the kind of character encoding that are to be used for the form submission. So let's look at how to make use of this character set. Okay, this is for attribute, sorry. So when we look at how to make use of this character set, we began to see some differences. So it says it's also used on form. Let's see what is going on. Although some of these attributes we will not be able to show them fully. Now let me see this. Now you can see accept character set is used, and this is the kind of character set is accepting. So I will just copy this character set here. So if this character set, which is ISO 8859, is not available, it's not going to accept that character, and it's mostly going to affect all the field where you are going to input a character. For example, you want to use input field, input type text, name equals username, and then placeholder, you say what, enter your name. It's 21:46. You say enter your name and you close it. Then you also say what? Input type text name equals, let's say that one should be last name. Okay, I'm going to change that one. Then we have, I will just call it L name, which is last name, and I will make this one F name, which is first name. So enter your first name, then placeholder equals enter your last name. Now for this, we have our form. Okay, let me move this submit button downward so that we have it more clearer on there. So if I refresh this, we have our form. Do you know why is beside each other? That is because an input field is an inline element and not a block element. So they can't be below each other, rather they will be inside each other. So if I want to make them stack on each other, I'm going to put a break, and I will put a break to separate them. So if I refresh, you will see each of them stacking on each other. So in that case now, then under the form we say we have to input what? Character accept character set. What kind of character set do we want to accept? This. So then if we refresh, by the time we start typing, it's because this character set is equal. So let us quickly look at different type of character sets or types of character set. So if we're able to get type of character set, then we are going to use another character set to see, yeah, if it's going to accept whatever we are typing. Oh, okay. UTF-8, ASCII. Okay, let's use this character set. Okay, I'm coming. ISO 8851. Okay, let me see this one. Okay. Hmm. Which one should I pick? Which one should I pick? Let's see if we're going to see another one. I don't think. Most of the, okay, let me see UTF-8. Okay. So if I ask you to collect this character set, let's see what will happen. Although I've not tried this before, I'm just trying to give it a lookout. Okay, let's see what will happen. Because most of the time we'll define the language in the HTML tag, so I don't really set my character set most of the time when I'm dealing with forms. So let's see what will happen here and the outcome. So I think we've saved and reload. Let's see. It still accepts some character. Okay, what's going on? So although that is used to specify your character set, so that is that. Um, but most of the time you don't need it when you want to set a character set. Then I will advise you go online to read more about character set so that you can know how to make use of that cassette more often. Then we go to the next one, which is access key. Access key is a global attribute and is used to specify focus of an element. So when you want to activate or you want to focus an element, you make use of access key. Let's see how it's being used. Okay, so when you look at this, it states that we should are using access key. That means you are going to specify a particular key for it to go to a particular link and all those things. So it's mostly used with an A tag as it is stated here. When we try this, let's check out this. We're going to link into another stuff. We link it to, okay, we have an A tag here already. This is an A tag and this is HTML. So let's just give it an access key. Access key. What can we use to link this one? Let's give it L. So capital L will give us the key to that. That's for HTML. So let's see the outcome over here. So when I press capital L, will we get anything? No. Okay. What's going on? Okay. So let's quickly look at what the access key attribute specify a shortcut key to activate or focus on an element. Okay, I think I need small letter, not capital letter. So let me use small letter L. Okay. So the access key is equals to L, and then let me refresh and see the outcome. Okay, so when I press L, I should be okay. It's working actually. Let me come back to base. Okay, let me press L. Yeah, I think there is something else wrong with it. So I don't think it's functioning here. But when you are specifying an access key, did I spell my access properly? ACCESSKEY. Okay, yeah, then it should work. It should work. Okay, let me try it with another link. Let me just create a link down here for this. Let me say a tag href http facebook.com/, okay, facebook.com/ then access key f. Okay, let's see how it goes. And then we need to close our tag. That's Facebook. Okay, see how it goes. think it's under the link. Okay, so if I press F, it should go to, oh, let me, and something is wrong with the access key. If I press F, I'm supposed to go to Facebook straight away. So I think something is wrong with the access key. Probably maybe is not supported with HTML5, or probably is not actually going the way we want. So okay, but if you want to use access key, that is the way to go by applying those value. The value you want it to represent should be there. So that is, access key is a global attribute that specify key to shortcut. So you can use to activate or focus an element. Then we talk about the action. We've used action. So I've told you the purpose of action, but I'm going to show you how action works. So I will try to create okay, let me say link.html. That's where we want it to go. So we want our action to go to link.html, and we are using a post method. I mean a get method. Let's use a get method first so that you can understand what we mean by get. And when you understand what we mean by get, then you can now understand the post. So this action is the one that carry your information to this page called link HTML. Okay, I think we are on link HTML. So let me use index for the action so that you can understand what we mean by it takes the data here to the index page. And when you are using a get method, is either you write capital or small letter. Then also at the bar here, this is where we are going to see our result because we are making use of get method. So let's give it a try. Then let me save this and we give it a try by reloading. So we are going to fill the form now. We want to pick an image. Let us get an image. Download. Um, okay. We need images captured. Okay, that's image one. Then we wrote Ademola code Mr. Indelible. Okay, then if I submit, it will take me, you can see on this route here, we are on link.html. That is the page we are. So if I click on submit, it will take me to index.html because that is where we want to submit. So when I click on submit, you can see. Now if you look at the bar here, from here to this place, you can see index, sorry, from here. Can you see? We have index.html question mark file. Remember, in our form we have file. So the file equals capture.png. That is the name of the image that we send to the server. And f name, if you remember I said we have to define a name. This name, that is the name we will use to get our information. The name we type here, that is the name here is what we use to get whatever we type here, and the name here is what we are going to use to get whatever we type here. So that's why when you look at the URL bar, you see file capture, that means capture.png, meaning for this file, this file, this input field that we use to collect the image is showing that the name of the file is what? The name of that input field is called file. And what are we accepting? Image. So that's why it's showing file equals capture.png. That is the image I put inside it. E now join it with f name. Joining it with f name, if you look at the form here, we have name, f name. That is the name we use to identify this input field. And whatever information we enter here, in on the front end, I entered what? I entered Ademola code. That is why we are seeing F name Ademola code. And for last name, we see here name L name, and this L name is one we will use at the back end in the server to get whatever name we enter there, and the name I entered there is what? Mr. Indelible. And that is why I have L name Mr. Indelible over here. So this is what we call a get method. So when you are developing an application, you are not meant to use a get method for any sensitive information. You are to use a get method for information that are not sensitive, like maybe you want to display data on your screen, you can use get method. By the time we get to the server side, you will understand more better. Now let's try the post method, because method is in two form. We have get, we have post. And when you are working with API, we have get, post, put, we have delete, we have patch, and so on and so forth. So but here we are going to use both get and post. So now I'm working on post. I'm sending to the same route. Now you will now see that when we send to this same route, which is index.html, we are not going to get all this information, because all the informations are are not on that are not a get post, so it's going to be secretive, and we get it at the back end. So let's see. We are going to capture the image again. We are going to pick we're going to pick capture.png. That is the name of the image. Then we have Ademola code, Mr. Indelible as our name. Then we submit. Submitting, you can see that it take us to index.html as a place where we want to submit to, but we can't find any of our data. Why? Because we are making use of post method. The post method has to go to the backend without you seeing it at the URL. So when you are sending sensitive informations like credit card, like user login, like sign up, like anything sensitive, you have to use post method. But when you are looking at, maybe you want to get information, you want to fetch information out of the database, and you want to show it to the people to see, you make use of get method. So that is that under that. Then we move ahead to we move ahead to align. This align is not supported in HTML5, but what do we use align to do? Specify the alignment according to surrounding element. Use CSS instead. So since it's not supported in HTML, we cannot do the align anymore. Then what you will do mostly is to use your CSS to perform alignment. That is to to perform the positioning of your text and your images or shapes when developing your website. Then we have alt as an attribute. I think we will explain this alt uh in the last class, and where you can make use of them is where you have areas, where you have image tag and input field. So these are the places to you can use alternate. And what do you use them to do? You use it to give an alternative text to an original element that fails to display. So when you have a text that does not display or that fails to display, instead of you to be disturbing yourself while you are coding, you have added an image, and then after you've add the image, you did not put an alternative. Then when you load your images and it doesn't open, automatically the alternate name which is not there will not be displayed, so you won't say anything. But when you have the alternate name there, then it will show the name of that images even when the image or the input field or the area you are working with is not displaying. Then we have the async. Async is used in the script tag. When we use script tag when we are working with JavaScript, and you will surely get to know that when we get to JavaScript. Specify that the script is executed asynchronously. That's what async means. That is asynchronously. Only for external script. Mostly you are to use it for external script that you are trying to chip into your code. So then we have autocomplete. Autocomplete is used in the form and input field. Let's see how it's being used. Autocomplete. So autocomplete is to specify that elements should automatically get focus when the page loads. When you go to some pages on Google, you or maybe you are filling a form online, you see that sometimes your browser will bring all your details for you. Once you type the beginning of your letter, it will focus on it and bring every other details and tell you to click to complete your information. So we have autocomplete, which can also be used for that. So how do we use it? Can you see? You add it in the form autocomplete equals on. So let's see if we can make use of that in this. Let's just add autocomplete equals on. So we put, you can see it's just two options, two values. It's either on or it is off. So when we save it and we come to the browser, we click on link, we refresh, and we are about to type a link, Ademola code, Mr. Indelible. I believe it should work for the first, I don't think it should work for the first time because I'm just filling it for the first time. But let's see if I try to do that second time, maybe it's going to work. Should give me the autocomplete. Let's save. Yeah, I save. Okay. So the autocomplete mostly is to work with the server. So I think some of them that we are using now that are not working are mostly to be working with the server, that is, they work alongside with the server. So reason why some of them are not working when we make use of them here. But when you are making use of autocomplete, you are to specify your autocomplete and you put the value to be on. So once it's on, then we continue our form. Mind you, in the email you can decide to off the autocomplete. Why? Because when you click on autocomplete, it might give you the wrong email to upload or to use in registering, which you are not aware of. So the best thing is to be off, then you will be the one to fill the autocomplete for the email yourself. I hope that is fine. Okay, so we go to the next one, we have autofocus. This two I think is going to work with the server. So it's going to work alongside with the button. You can use autofocus inside the button. You can use it inside the input field. You can use it in the select field and the text area. What does it do? It specifies that the element should automatically get focus when the page load. So immediately the page loads, it will focus on them once and for all. So it will focus on them, and once it's focused on them, you can easily use it to operate or carry out the information. And what do we mean by that autofocus? Let's see how it's going to be here. For this, let's just put autofocus. No, autofocus. So now that we have autofocus on our first name, let's see what's going to happen. And so that immediately we reload, is indicating the cursor inside that input field immediately. So if I remove it from there and I put autofocus in my submit button, then it will also focus on it. Can you see the focus? That's why it's highlighting it in black. If I put autofocus here, you will see that it will highlight that in black also. Okay, so when we refresh, you can see autofocus. So if I autofocus everything, it's going to focus on all. It's going to focus on all, but I will advise you, don't misuse the autofocus. I'm just putting this as an opportunity. You can see now, if I select this now, it should focus on the next one. Let's see, it's only focusing on the images now. Selecting that one, you can see also. So that is the function of autofocus. When you make use of it, it's going to focus on the item that you want. So that means it's directing attention to it. Okay, let's see. I want to try as soon as possible to make sure that we complete the attributes for today. Then we look at autoplay. Autoplay is also used when you are working with an audio tag, audio and video tag. Can you see now? E specify that the audio or video will start playing as soon as it is ready. That is the function of the autoplay. So let's try to make use of audio tag. I will just copy the stuff here. So here's how to make use of audio tag. If you want to do video too, you can see the video tag. I'm going to use the two tags here. So I'm going to put them in a separate div. Let me put them in a separate div. I think I've used link enough. Let me go to index. Okay, div. Let me just make that magic I used to do. Div times 2. Yeah. So got this for the video, like got this for the video. So now when we talk about the audio control autoplay, if you look at this, we have audio, we have controls. Dis controls is going to show all the controls that we use to control our audio and video. It's also an attribute. So it's one that will show the play, the fast forward, the backward, that is rewind, and also the pause is going to show you the volume and every other captions that needs to be there. Then the autoplay, as stated here, is to play it automatically, is to use it to play automatically. If you don't put autoplay, if you remove autoplay, it's going to display the image, and until when they click it before it will play the the tune. But if they don't click it, don't play the tune. And we have source, because when you are using audio, you must use source where you will get the audio from. So when you use source, you have to specify the source of your audio. So this source is now is us.ogg, and the audio type is ogg. So I don't this audio now is not here. Let me see if I'm going to get an audio on my device. I don't think I have an audio there. Well, let me check. Music, is there audio? No. Can see empty folder. So I don't have audio on my device. Maybe okay, let's quickly download an audio. I think there should be a video. There should be a video, there should be a video, there should be a video. Oh, what a pity. I got a video. Oh, that's serious. What a pity. I got no videos. Am I that so serious with activities? Okay, let's quickly download a song. Let me go to I think let me go to one of these free websites. What are the names? Okay, let me just go to let me just type audio music. Nigeria or Niger. Sorry, that's my bad. I left the music industry long time ago, so I don't remember the name of those websites where you can download free songs. So okay, I just download one song that we can use. I should if I can see MIDI, I will be glad. I don't think there's MIDI. Okay. Okay. Let's just take this. Don't take me. Don't make me. Okay. I hope you should download so fast. So this is not what I want. I think MP3. I think should have something meaningful. Oh God, music. I wish I could get. I wish I could get MIDI or so. Oh, I should have go to Warp Trick. Yeah, I think that will be fine. I don't need much or news like that. I just need something. Warp Trick. Just need something that will just display what we really want. Um, is that not what I want? So I think Warp Trick will do justice to that. Yeah, I need MIDI, MIDI, sound effects. Hmm, okay, let me just search for icon. Yeah, song results. Okay, I think this is fine. Okay, I need the MIDI version. This is lyrics. Wow, I don't think they really want me to get things done. Yeah, sure. This is serious. What? You know, while I got things done like this. These are lyrics. I don't want just lyrics. I want a MIDI. Oh, okay, I think I need to do another search. Okay, MIDI, Nikon. Yeah, this is fine. Yeah, I got a MIDI. Yeah, then okay. And short videos just to display what I want. Up to videos. Okay. Okay. Okay, short videos. Alright, transformer canvas. I hope it's not that long. Oh, these are long videos. I should have typed short videos. Okay, short videos. Okay, I don't want. Why that one is working on? Okay, okay, okay. I think I will go for this. I love nature. So then we click download this. 6 megabytes is something I can get so fast. Oh, 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 oh. Yeah. Okay, while that is downloading, let's quickly sort this out. So I have this in my download. Where are they? Os MIDI. I hope Farm Anima is done downloading. Okay, while it's still going on, let me pick my Os MIDI. Yep, to training, and I will get it inside this page, inside the images. So coming here, I need to work on this, so I will get it as Os MIDI. Yeah. So that will be images. Remember, I will need to locate the path first. So I have images slash Os MIDI dot mp3. So because it is mp3 here, the type, this attribute type is audio, and I'm going to change this one to mp3. It is not OGG again. So if I put it as OGG, it's not going to work. So that's why I have to change it to mp3. And if you look at this audio slash mpeg, because it's mp3, can you see this one is mp3? So okay, sorry, it has to be mpeg. I've forgotten it's the same company that created that. Then for the movie, oh, this is still download. Okay, let's test run the one we've gotten. So we go again, come to this page, reload our base.html. Do we have the audio here? No, I think the audio is under in. Okay, so this is for audio. Okay, the video is not. Okay, thank you. Thank you. All right. So for the audio, when we see, you can see the control. This is the control. We have the play, we have the volume, we have the other controls, playback speed and everything. So when we click on play, it's going to play. this is an example of you putting your audio on your web page. So the attribute whereby you need to make use of is the autoplay for it to play automatically, and then the audio is having attribute of controls. So that's why we have this. Then this one is Oasis MP3, the second one. You can see that the second one does not show because we don't have it in our database. So that's why I have to download it to have it there. So then for the one of the video is still loading, but if we should look at this, you can see that we have the play, we have the time that shows the seconds and the minutes, and we have the volume, we have the minimizer and the maximizer. So if you want to increase the size of the screen, you use this. If you want to reduce it will, once you click it, it's going to change back to the one we use to reduce it. Then we have the more option here, and the progress bar is also indicated. So when we have that there, we are going to include that too into this point, and you will surely see how it goes when we have things like that. So for those of you that is looking up to building a music website, or um building something good enough for people to make use of, either you want to build a video website, or so just know that you have to have a particular place all those things will be stored for it to be accessed easily. Then we go to the next one. Before this will display, let's go to the next one, which is the background color. The background color, the border, all these are what you can do inside the CSS. So you don't need to disturb yourself doing background color with HTML, border with HTML. So you don't need to bother yourself. They are what you can do with CSS. But if you want to use them, you can still try them out one after another, but I don't think you need it because it's no more supported in HTML5. It was only supported in HTML4. Then we have the cassette. Cassette here is used inside the meta tag and also in the script. So I think we've done this in the last lesson. The last class we talked about cassette. So it's just to specify the character encoding, like the one we did earlier too. It's still the same thing. So when you look at it, you are going to see, can you see meta cassette UTF-8, and that will make it a good one. And when you are using your script, you can still define it there as meta cassette UTF-8. It's just to simplify your program to identify the kind of character it's going to accept into your database or on your website. Then we have the checked. The checked is used in the input tag, and what does it do? It specify that an input element should be pre-selected when the page load. For example, we have type checkbox or type radio. So when you are using the form, we have other input device such as checkbox and radio button. So dis checkbox and radio buttons are what you can use checked for. So once you put checked in them, it's going to indicate that it has been clicked already. So that's what the checked means. That's what they use mostly in some website whereby you don't need to click on I agree. They've checked the I agree for you automatically. Your own is to submit. Either you agree or not, either you like it or not, you just have to submit. So that is what they do. All you just need is add the check attribute into it, and straight away it's gone. So let me just pick up this two input type, and I will place it under the link HTML to continue the form. So when you see this, we have the checked here. This is the checked. And how does it work? This is how it works. When we save it, and then we have this, let's go to the, okay, let's go to the index. So can you see it's checked already? This is checked and I can uncheck it. But now let me show you one thing. Now I uncheck it. If I reload, it's going to check it back. If I uncheck it again and reload, you can see that the same thing is happening to the focus. Immediately I uncheck it, the focus too disappear. When I reload, focus come back and it's also checked. That's saying that what they only occur, they take action immediately the page loads. So that is the function of checked. So you can use it to check down some items for your users when they visit your website. Then we go to site. Site is used in block quote, is used in delete, is used in insert, and is used in quote. So specify a URL which explain the quote, delete or insert text. We've done this when we are talking about tag element, when we are talking about the HTML tags. So I will advise you to go over your HTML tutorial series 1 to 3 to get this to get information on site. But just to give you an insight again, because I'm not going to dwell much on it, um using cite is like you are giving a citation, you are trying to indicate to the person what you want them to see. The site attribute specify a URL to a document that explain the code or why the text was inserted or changed. So and you see they are all used for site. They are elements. We've talked about them in the element tags, and I use it in the tag for you, how to make use of it and how to indicate it on the at the front end. So I'm not going deep in that. Then we go to the class. Class is a global attribute and it specify one or more class name for an element. It refers to class in a style sheet. This class most of the time we use it in CSS. We use it when we want to create a CSS styling, and then we use it mostly when we want about 3 or 4 elements to display the same way. For example, I want this input field and this input field to display the same way. I can just put class. So inside this class, I can just give it a name, maybe Shole. No, let me use Shole. Sorry, maybe Jude. Jude. Ah, Jude. So this class name now, this Jude, this Jude have this Jude that we have here is going to have its own functions defined in the style sheet. When we get to CSS, you will understand better how we use class, but I'm going to show you just small operation of that. So let me quickly go to the head tag and I will put style. So I'll just put Jude. Because I'm using class, so I'm going to put dot here. That's how to indicate a class in CSS. You put dot. So then we have what, let me just say background color gray.